Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one of 4 parts. So part 1 is going to be me cleaning the caravan. As you can see, the caravan is at a bit of an extreme angle. Obviously that's so that I can wash the roof and the water can roll off to one side rather than pooling on the roof. The second video is going to be going out on Wednesday. That's going to be a short video of me cleaning the seals around the doors, the windows, the lockers, everything. The third video is going to be me cleaning the water system. That's the Aquaroll, the Wastemaster, the pipes and the taps in the caravan. And the fourth video is going to be a van tour. So we're quite aware that sort of nearly a year into YouTube and we've never actually really showed anyone around the caravan, and we don't do an awful lot of filming in the caravan. So yeah, we're going to take you around and show you what is inside here. Okay, so in terms of today's video, the cleaning of the caravan, it's going to be a pretty deep clean of the outside. I've got the tried and tested products that I use all the time, and I've also got some products that I've seen on other videos, and when I've scoured the internet, I'm going to give them a try and see what they're like. I'll link everything in the description below should you wish to purchase any of it. Yeah, so it's going to be outside, it's going to be a real deep clean. Inside, we keep on top of the cleaning inside, to be honest. So we will go around and we'll clean things like the oven and the microwave and that sort of stuff, but typically, you know, everything is cleaned every weekend. We hoover before we set up and when we leave. In terms of bedding and blankets and stuff like that, we take them home regularly to wash as well. We also keep on top of the cleaning of the exterior as well. We're quite lucky in the fact that the place where we store the caravan has a cleaning point where we have hose and a ladder, not too dissimilar to that. We can certainly get the worst off from driving home, you know, the stuff that flicks up on the front, but it's really the roof that needs cleaning this time. And if you'll notice sort of stuff like this, the black marks and stuff, they all come from you know, dirt somewhere on your caravan. So if you've got a dirty roof, you shouldn't be surprised to see black streaks coming down the side of your caravan and at the back of your caravan. Also want to get into open all the lockers and get sort of behind here and under the windows, under here, and particularly on the roof underneath the skylights, just to get into those real sort of dirty bits. So yeah, we're going to try a few new products and see how they go. One thing that I'm going to go and do, because I always forget to do this, is to loosen off the TV aerial. When you're on the roof and you're up the ladder and you've got the hose going, it's nice to be able to just pull it up and sort of get underneath it, and I always forget to loosen it. And then we'll walk around the caravan. I'll show you some of the bits that I really want to sort of concentrate on. I'm going to be using for the outside mostly Fenix, and never had any problems with it. What I am going to do before I sort of start the cleaning is I'm going to make up a small bottle. I've got like a garden pump bottle, and I'm just going to go around and spray the streaks and the bits that I maybe want that to settle on. We've had a little bit of rain over the last few days, so I'm hoping that that has loosened some of the dirt. But of course, as you can see, we're in glorious sunshine now, so it's probably dried up a bit now. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just loosen it off, just so that that moves freely from in here, which means it will move freely when I'm up in the roof or on the roof. Okay, so I'm going to put my 360 camera on the 3-meter pole and show you the state of the roof. You can see on the back here, there's just a lot of sort of algae and grime along these sort of parts and around the light fittings. Like I say, it's not the dirtiest, but it certainly is in need of a clean, and they're not open at the moment, but I will show you basically under here, all down the sides is completely green, and underneath the locker. So we'll get into there. I've got some detailing brushes and try and get it looking as clean as possible. Okay, so before I start, I've mixed up a little bit of Fenix, quite a strong mix of it into here. So all I'm going to do is build up some pressure in the bottle, and then literally just on the marks, the bits that look a little bit tougher to get off maybe, yeah, so I'm just going to go around the caravan like that, just literally on the you can see it's quite green on the top there, and let it just soak in for a little bit. Now, if it's not obvious enough, make sure that before you start cleaning the side of your caravan, do the roof first. You'll regret it if you make this look really nice and sparkling clean, and then you go and do the roof and you're just going to throw all that muck down the side. So yeah, I'm going to leave this for a bit, but make sure you get on and clean the roof first. Just making sure that I get, with a bottle like this, it's quite handy because I probably only need to go up once this side and once around the other side, and I can make sure that it's going right underneath the skylights, underneath the aerial. Obviously I've got 2 solar panels up here because I've got the main one for the caravan, and then I have the solar panel for the reversing camera. Okay, let's go around and do the other side. Just making sure that I am getting everything that I want to sort of deep clean covered in this Fenix solution. And that will probably do. I'm going to mix this up now. I don't tend to follow the instructions too much. Just a sort of generous splash. It's all going to be washed off anyway. And then what I don't want to use here is the jet. That should do, because it does foam up and I don't want a bucket full of foam. I want some foam. So that should probably be enough. Okay, so for the roof, I've got 3 things. This is probably more beneficial for the sides, but I might use it up there. So it's a mitten. It's from Halfords. Never used one of these before, but I thought I'd give it a go. This is my traditional brush that I use. You put the hose through the other end and have running water coming out. This, however, I bought this off of Amazon. So it extends to about 1 metre, and with the reach that I've got over the roof, that's ample. But it's curved, so I'm hoping I can really sort of like push down on it and get some pressure into the pad. Now, the reason that I don't particularly like this brush is it's telescopic, and I just think if it's too long, it's a bit flimsy and you can't get any pressure on it. But where the head screws in here, it's okay if you're cleaning in that direction because you're constantly sort of pushing against the screw and tightening the brush. When you start pushing against it that way, it basically comes loose, and before you know it, the head's fallen off. So it's not my favourite brush in the world, but it is good. It certainly helps to remove a lot of the muck. So it's not a case of I'm not going to use it anymore, but I'm always open to trying new things. So we're going to see how well the new brush pans out. Yeah, so if you put stuff on the floor whilst you're cleaning, particularly when they're wet, make sure that you put them that way round, because otherwise you'll pick up stones and bits of dirt, and then the next thing you'll be scratching your van when you're cleaning. Okay, let's do this. So this mop does absorb quite a lot. It's quite handy for getting, a lot of the solution onto the roof. It certainly covers quite a lot of ground. It's quite a thick head, but just with the curve in it, which means I can push it down quite hard onto the roof. It's getting rid of stuff, So at some point I'm going to need to go into the caravan and open the skylights, but I don't want to be chucking huge amounts of water onto the roof while I'm doing that, but just so that I can get underneath them. Okay, so now I'm up here, you can see I can move the aerial because I remembered to loosen it off, clean the aerial itself, and just get right underneath it. Now what I really like about this brush is the shape of it. It's really allowing me to put some pressure. You also might be, when you're looking on Amazon or in the shop, you might think that a longer brush is better, but it's really not. And I mean, that easily reaches into the middle. I can almost reach over to the other side. Obviously I don't need to be able to do that, but I think the longer brush you go for, the less force you're going to be able to push down on the roof. And hopefully you can see that I'm working in that direction. And you see all the mucky water running down the side, you'll realise why I said make sure you do the roof before you do the sides. Okay, so let's move on to the final third. I always think once you sort of get down to this end of the caravan, this has definitely had a lot more time to soak in water, and the solution probably just loosens some of the grime off. Well, considering the time of year, it's definitely nice to be doing this job in the sunshine. It's cold, but it's not freezing. Just do on the skylight as well, because that is the one that's above our bed, and it's nice to be able to see out in the morning, see what the day's weather's going to be. Just drag their microfibers through that little gap. I'm not too worried about once we start getting down to here, because this is going to be part of the side washing of the caravan. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, that'll do for now. So, without falling off the ladder, I'll now try and just push that all away. Always just rinse the side of the van down. I mean, it's not going to stick on that much, but just keeping the van wet is going to help me when I come around to do it. The other thing that I do like to do is just keep the motor movers clean of muck. It's not something that I'm really able to do all the time. Okay, so I'm going to go around and do the other side. Okay, so that is now the roof complete. There's still a few black marks that I just can't get to in the middle. They come off easy enough, but you have to sort of really push into them, and I can't lean on the caravan in the middle. I'll probably break it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the back. I'm going to move on to the back, and then I'm going to do the two sides and the front. But I just want to show you some of the things that I'm going to be using. So let's go to my little box. So I am going to be using Silky. It's supposed to be very good for, particularly in those sort of like tight areas. It's a bit like a paste, I guess, and I'll show you what I'm going to use that with. I am tempted to try the Silky range for cleaning the caravan instead of Fenix. So you know, if anyone uses anything like that or anything that they recommend, then please let us know in the comments below. Now, I am using a toothbrush. Now we've had this for a little while. It's called a Sonic scrubber. It's got several different heads. The one that I'm going to be using today is this one, because you'll see it's sort of a pointy head and it just vibrates. It's not going to do any damage, but just maybe sort of to get in to the lights. And I have purchased this from Amazon. So you are witnessing me unboxing or unpackaging. So it's 5 detailing brushes, all with different types of bristles on. Bear with me. There we go. All with different types of bristles on. So I am going to use them to kind of rub the silky paste into the lights and stuff like that. So first of all, we'll go around the back. You can come and watch me have a go with this, and then particularly under the windows there, they're grim. So we're going to save that job till last. Sides I don't anticipate taking too long. We'll open the lockers and just sort of get into the lockers. And something else I wanted to show you. This has been brilliant. Okay, so I told you earlier, I got this from Halfords. Now I will link something similar to Amazon on the video, just because I think, you know, if you don't have a Halfords near you, there's plenty of them on the market. So I bought from Halfords these 2 things. Okay, so this is an alloy brush, yeah. So if people like are into your car cleaning and stuff like that, you probably have this sort of stuff. But this mitten has just worked absolute wonders, because it's really good at just sort of getting into, you know, the cracks there. I don't actually know if you can actually see me at the moment, but it's really, really good. So highly recommend that. Okay, so before I give this just a general wipe over with the mop, I'm going to sort of do the harder to reach bits. So this is what I was saying about this. It's just so good. I mean, you can see the muck that it's just took off there, but really good just getting your fingers in. And if you wear it the other way around, then you can use your knuckles for a bit of force. And to be fair, that material on there probably is designed for that. So just going to get the most off it with this. I mean, if you wanted, you can clean your whole caravan with it, but I think that was maybe a little bit extreme. Okay, I didn't know my fingers could bend that far back. Your brush just doesn't get into these places, and to be fair, this isn't getting into absolutely everywhere. That's what we're going to need to use the brushes for. Okay, I think we'll give that a hose down. Being vertically challenged is not ideal. Okay, we'll get the mop on the rest of it, and then we'll start getting the detailing brush out. So probably going to use the shower one here. Just okay, now we'll just get the mop on it. I am expecting Sara soon. She's been umpiring at netball. I expect her to come and tell me that I've missed a bit. Probably tell me that she expected me to be nearly finished by now. I can tell you that it is a lot slower cleaning the caravan when you're trying to film as well. And as much as I did plan this out, it's maybe not gone quite the way I planned it. So you can see the mop struggling to pick that bit there up, and that's where that mitten is just really useful. Here she is. I don't know if she's going to come to the camera because she's got shower hair. You're trying to avoid the camera. You can come behind the camera and commentate. That's not what I said that you'd say. No. I said you'd say I've missed a bit. So, I was just saying that I'm very impressed with my mitten. To be fair, Reggie likes the mitten as well, doesn't he? He does, yeah. It isn't that pleasant putting your hand into cold water, but it's just the mop sort of struggles to pick up bits like that. And it's really handy just for getting in. Then I'm going to use the detailing brushes for the rest of it. Now, I think you've probably come to offer me a cup of tea or something, have you?
Of course, darling.
Thank you. I feel a little bit like, is it Elmo? I'm going to use this sonic brush that I was talking about. Yeah, I think I brought a couple of gimmicky things with me, and it's not like you must rush out and buy this, but whether you choose to go down this line, the line of you know, brushes. I think the brushes are better, we'll see in a minute, for getting into the tight spaces. I just like how pointy that is, and it's soft. It's a soft brush. And then it's got some wider heads as well, which I think I'm going to use around the windows in a bit. So let's just have a quick look, see how this fares around the light. I think that's going to do as good a job as any. You can see the muck that's coming out. Okay, so it's definitely getting the muck out. And just whilst I've got the gadget and we're on it, let's just have a look here, because this is the sealant. So okay, so I'm going to go and get the hose, and we can see if that's really done anything or not. Okay. Moment of truth time. Okay, so that was without using any soap or anything like that. So yeah, I'm probably quite pleased with that. So I'm going to try this detailing brush with Silky. So as far as I'm aware, you just kind of do that, and then just get it into these kind of, there's no other way really of getting into these small spaces than with something like this. You could also use a paintbrush, we do the same kind of job. So looking at how much it lathers up, I'm guessing that'll probably last you a lifetime. Depends how often you clean your Caravan, I suppose. Okay. We'll give all of that hose. It's definitely loosened up some dirt, because there's that bit there. Okay, there's literally nothing wrong with that at all. So do the same across here. Really just to agitate the dirt. I'm going to get up on the ladder and do that, and the brake light in a minute. When I first used it over there, a couple of the bristles come out and I thought, oh, here we go. You know, they're going to just fall out, but I think it must have just been one or two loose ones there. Fine. Amazing what a YouTube video does to make you go into such detail. I don't know the Caravan gets a clean like this every time. To be fair, we normally stay on top of it fairly regularly. Ah, here comes my cup of tea. Here comes the tea lady. And I don't know if you're on the camera, you can see like if I paint it there, look, you can see the colour, the green that's in there. That's what causes your black streaks. So if you don't get in and clean these bits, no one's going to see in there, no one's going to notice that, you know, it is dirty, but you just end up with more and more black streaks. So it is really important to get into all these little crevices, and yeah, just make sure that you don't have that dark, dirty water running down the back of your caravan. These things collect an awful lot of dirt. Okay, I will give that a squirt, and I think that's the back done. So this is going to be the quickest part of the clean, is literally just cleaning the sides. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into all the bits. I kind of, when I was on the roof, I kind of did that top awning rail, so that doesn't really need doing again. But just getting your fingers into these little gaps here. Now I'm going to open all these lockers up and just wipe behind them, but not while I'm just throwing water around. Black streak there. Yes, I mean there's a tiny remnants of it, but just using my knuckle on that side of it there, I just got rid of it. Just open the flaps and just give them a wipe round. I'm actually going to come round maybe with just like a, what do you call it, like a multi-surface wipe, and just clean in there. But you can already see the muck rolling down here. If you don't clean inside, you're just going to end up with nice white canvas and lots of streaks. Nobody likes streakers on their caravan. So I'm going to just paint all of the sealant bits, just around the lights in there. Anything that sticks out basically. So now I'm going to use my alloy brush and just go into each of the little spoke holes. Can rinse a lady, just wait for me to get out of the way and then give it a rinse, see where I've missed. Please. Well, I sort of think the answer might be nowhere.
Yeah, good one.
Just rinse my brush. Cheers, boy. I mean, I always find that you think you've done it until you roll the wheel and then realise that the other half is completely filthy, but I think we might have. Especially on these ones, because the brush fits perfectly. It's touching all three sides of the triangle. Okay, one more thingy. Get that. Okay, so we'll go round and do the other side, and then we'll come round and do the front, which for me is going to be the bit that really needs it. Okay, so before I start this job, what I'm going to do, I've done the roof now, and that was the only reason I had the Caravan tipping backwards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tip it forwards. The only reason being, at the moment, I can only reach to here, and then when it's down I can reach a little bit to the top. I probably only need the ladder to do the top, and then I'm going to give it just an overall outside clean. I'm going to open this up and get underneath here, and then Sarah's going to go inside the Caravan for me. She's going to just sort of open and close the windows, because you'll see what I mean in a minute. They are absolutely filthy under here. One thing that I do on site religiously, everywhere I go, whether you're allowed to or not, is I clean my windows. Literally tiny bit of water just with my hand, and just pour water over it, rinse it like that, or rub it like that, and then rinse it again. I use about that much of a bucket. And I know you're not supposed to clean your Caravan, but I want to be able to, if I pay for a site that I like, that's got a nice view, I'd like to be able to see out. This brush is just the perfect shape. I'm really pleased with this. Now these are designed that when the water is rolling down the front of your Caravan, it goes underneath and it avoids going into your locker. The locker itself is not waterproof. It will pick up water from the road, so there's no harm in getting a bit of water in there, but this is not the bit that you're going to come along and just blast with water. So on a different day, like I spoke about the covers and the lockers and that, I'm going to open them up, I'm going to go in and clean all in here, but that's more what I would class as a bit of an inside job rather than an outside job. So might just close that, might be best. Like I say, there is a seal there, and the seal stops the water from going in. And as I said, part 2, which will be out on Wednesday, is going to be me going around and re-siliconing this, or adding some silicone spray to the seals just to keep them supple. And in that video I'll explain the reason why that is important. It's an easy job, but it just needs doing every now and again. What do you reckon? I open up and it's done? Yeah. Ish. Okay, do you want to go inside and open the windows for me? Yeah. Just doing one at a time. This one first, please. Need an extra bit down here. Yeah, okay, I'll do that while you're going in. It's good to have someone point out where I've missed. There's nothing more annoying than finding out what you've missed when you've packed everything away. Now again, I'm just going to remove the excess, that left one first, please, the excess water off just so it doesn't dribble into the Caravan. And I will just take you over just to show you how incredibly grim it is there. You struggling? Yeah. Yeah, let go. We don't have these open very often, do we? Which I think is a bit of a shame, because they are nice windows to have open, but think in the summer, because we're lucky to have air conditioning, if it's hot, we tend to put that on. Normally in the past, I've just done them again with just like a multi-purpose pack of wipes, just to keep it clean. But it's been such a long time that it needs a proper clean, like I've just done. Okay, reveal. And I wonder if, okay. Try not to get wet here, but is it coming in or not? Okay, all right, fine. That's that one done. Okay. When you're doing bits like this, you just need to remember that you need to keep hosing the bottom of the van because everything just rolls down. Yeah, tap. Okay, I don't think this one is so bad. It's mostly the two side ones. Hello.
Hello.
Actually, that's probably the one job that does need doing, is cleaning the windows on the inside, because I'm sure many of you that have got dogs know that dogs like to have their nose pressed up against the window, especially when one of us goes to the shower. He misses us. Can you shut that one, please? I'll shower it and then... Okay, and I'm just going to get my... Just pop you off, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so just that little bit there where I can't reach, but this brush can. You can see the dirty water running down. How's the temperature in there?
Quite cold.
That's the thing with the Caravan, there's no heating on it, it's often colder in than it is out. Okay, I will get you to just close up. I'll put you guys back on here. Okay, if you could open up for me, please. Okay. That'll do. Okay. Okay, so just before I end the video, I'm just going to go through some of the bits that we've been using today. So Phoenix, I've always used Phoenix. It's a decent product, but I am struggling to get rid of some of the black spots on the roof. So if you know of anything that may be better than that, then please let me know in the comments. As I said at the start, I am interested in trying the Silky range, and very impressed with that cream itself. I think I paid about a tenner for that tub. It's a massive tub and you don't use that much, so I think that will last a lifetime. The pack of detailing brushes, I only used one, only needed to use one, but really good for getting behind the lights. And so was this, the Sonic scrubber, and very good at cleaning the sealant. My mitt, I love my mitt. I'm probably just going to start wearing it on a daily basis. The alloy scrubber, very good at getting into all of the gaps between the spokes. I will link everything that's there below, and I will, for the Halford stuff, which is the mitt and the alloy brush, I'll also link a similar product on Amazon. I am going to just give you a very brief walk around. It's getting dark and I need to get the Caravan back into storage, but the wheels are looking very good. I didn't use any product on them, just the alloy brush. You saw the difference that it made when I was cleaning the windows, getting right in there. It does need a final hose off on the front along the bottom here. And then this is the side that you didn't see me clean, but just to prove to you that I did. The other thing just to bear in mind, well, you shouldn't be using a pressure washer anyway, but even if you're using a hose, just be careful with the vents here. You don't want to blow a load of water into the Caravan. And all the way around to the back. And the back is very, very shiny. A lot shinier than it's looked for a long time. Yeah, we were going to rub in some Fenix Bobby Dazzler, but I've run out of time. Filming and cleaning the Caravan at the same time does slow it down a lot, and I want to get the Caravan back into storage, so in a future video we'll have a look at the Bobby Dazzler and see, you know, how much it brings it up. But I think it looks shiny, don't you? Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Remember, this was just part one. Part two are going to be part 2 and 3 are going to be very short videos. Part 2 is Wednesday, and it is re-siliconing the seals. That's the locker seals, the window seals, the door seals, the toilet seal, and Sunday's video is going to be cleaning out the water system. So again, that's your aqua roll, your waste master, your pipes, your taps, everything. Be a short video, and then the final one, which will be on the following Sunday, is a full van tour. So yeah, we've never done that before, and people always comment on our Caravan, but no one's really seen inside it. So that will be yeah, just a look around at what this particular model is like and how we utilise the space inside. And then it will be the NEC show, and I have asked people, please let us know if there's any caravans or motorhomes or camper vans that you want us to go and see. Drop in the comments below, and we'll make sure that we will be going in. We've got press passes, haven't we? So we'll be going in a couple of hours before the doors are open to the general public, and we can give you an in-depth look around any vehicles that you might want to see. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.